Well, people, welcome. Today is the 28th of January, 2022. A lot of things going on. Things seem to be, as far as the conversation of what's going on in Washington, D.C., they seem to be balancing out a little. I think that both those sides are kind of getting along a little bit better. Get into that later, tell you some postings you can look into that we did and we're very pleased as a result. But I wanted to mention somebody today. I noticed it popped up. And to me, it's a person, many of you have heard of this person and know who she is. And those of you who haven't, do what I think most of us have found in looking her up. If you look her up, you'll see. Her name is Maye Musk, M-A-Y-E, Musk, Elon Musk's mother. Do you know who she is? I'm here to say, believe me, we're just the volunteer, the Palm Beach chapter of the Maye Musk fan club. Maye Musk is, I think, and I know we have a habit of validating people and how beautiful they are and so forth, because they are. It's a plurality. Maye Musk is actually someone that Earth speak, including with God trying his best, both clueless as to how to even begin the conversation of describing how incredibly beautiful you are, Maye Musk. Oh, I mean, beautiful and valuable and contributive. The story, there's some interviews that tell the story about her. I'll give you a little brief one to let you know. And I wanted to let her know that I do love you, Maye Musk, beyond eternity, and then for a very long time. And I'm going to share with the viewers what I was gifted with hearing about her and seeing. Here she is, this woman. We used to talk about Miss America looks and the most beautiful heart and soul, right? A takeaway I came up with, guys, I don't know, this was my thing, was this: looks and shape a double take often make, right? But isn't it true the nature of the being, bursting through or not, that is really a big part of it? Somebody else grabbing a body that isn't such a ooh la la, but the nature of the being, my God, just incredible, because that's what people are. So Maye Musk, the story goes this way. I just saw another one where somebody was trying to knock him, saying Bill Gates says be afraid of Elon Musk, one of those storylines, clickbaits to get you to listen. And all they do is validate the guy, Elon Musk, to validate the guy for what he's done. My God. Imperfect? Oh, well, hey, like us, but the gargantuan, gigantic in magnitude, things he's doing, and multiple things. Some errors, I would agree, there's some errors, yeah. Not us, but him. But Maye Musk was a beautiful young mom, suddenly abandoned and had to raise 3 children and no rent and food money, nothing. And she got busy. She was a nutritional consultant, so had clients, and then a model. Oh no, in her view, she's one of these, you know how they are? They're clueless, She's not, she's interested in life rather than thinking that in the viewpoint of others she's interesting. I borrowed that from Hubbard, a favorite philosopher, researcher, to say the least. So Maye Musk, a model, and just neat, some are, and there she was. So she was able to support herself from the nutritional consulting with clients, maybe seminars, I don't know the details, and then as a model. And today still she is, in fact, called the oldest Vogue model, international, fashion model. Not suddenly because of Elon, no, she's always has been, but go look at her, but it's how she talks. I completely become blown away. What isn't there? There's no junk. It's just pure sanity, goodness. And she told how when they began, they just had one room, she and the 3 kids. No, I got the impression it wasn't like a studio apartment with a bathroom. Maybe it's just a room with sharing a bathroom down the hall. I didn't get the details. It was called one room, not a small efficiency apartment. And it took her a year until finally she was able to afford to put a little carpeting on the floor. It was a bare floor they all slept on. So a little bit of a carpeting. Those little swaths of carpeting, yeah. And then took off from there. And she said, of the 3 children, Elon and his brother and, I guess, sister, I'm sorry about the mask, fashionably, COVID, they never had one bit of trouble or issue, the kids, while living there. No. Oh, they evolved upward and so forth, yeah. No, not one bit of trouble. Well, part of it is look how she is, her beingness, her presence, the space. Well, look at how they are too. Beings that grab bodies that are her progeny, we as beings, I guess, grab a body and then we're part of the family, you see? So it is the type of beings that were attracted to her. I'm giving him my 2 cents, you see? And anyway, so I'm just telling you that I find it beyond belief. And she talks about him. And his ex-wife, Elon's ex-wife, really a beautiful thing, giving a talk at TEDx, you know, they have the platform TED and then X. And how when he was a young kid, she said, Mom, Maye Musk talked about how when he was a young child at school, he was just so little. When he was real little, he could read way early, and yet he seemed to memorize everything he read. And he was seeking out certain things, like almost like an Einstein that's back with a new body. He kind of already knew a lot of this stuff. I don't know. Go listen to the video, the videos on her speaking about him. And he talks, yeah, he thought he was weird and gonna die because he was just kind of bursting with, his mind was bursting with things. And the kids didn't like that, and he thought they're gonna kill him. When he would go walk home from school, the kids would throw soda cans at him. You know, that's a solid object, like a brick. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, he was just, you know, not realized, not duplicated, so they did that. These aren't evil or bad people, no. They're doing it wrong. Yeah. No, they just have never seen anything like this. And his mom permitted, like these moms today do, they permit this space for the little kids. Kids are saying the darndest things, you know, like an old spirit with a new body. Well, maybe they are. So, you know, now we see the little professor from India, right? He's 8 years old, and his class is welcoming him. The college class welcomes him, coming down the stairs between the rows, right? 8 years old, he's a professor. Well, he was apparently able to take tests when he was young. He passed the tests for physics and math, chemistry, whatever it was. He's a physics teacher, right? He's 8, but college doesn't start until you're 18, and then to get undergrad is 4 years, then a doctorate, another 2, 3, whatever. So you're like 20, 21, or 22, or, well, 22 plus 3, 27, 28. He's 8. He didn't go to school. Yeah. So that's a great thing today that's sort of okayed the moms to realize the kids that are like, say the darndest things. Like, yeah, they understand everything we're saying, even the little tiny ones, right? They just can't speak yet, but they know, because if they're beings, not bodies, they know. Back to Elon, back to Maye Musk. She just became a favorite of mine. Yes, we do have this habit, I do, of validating people, and came up with that term. You know, that term, Miss America looks with the most beautiful heart and soul. And she's like Miss Universe. Anyway, it's a plural, are others like that? And males say, oh, there's others? No, she's just incredibly beautiful. I don't know her, no. I have nothing in mind for me, but just to let her know that she has been noticed. And I can imagine by how many, again, as I said at the start here, with the same kind of talk. My goodness, what a beautiful, I don't know, she's 72, but today that's young. Look at Biden. You think of Joe Biden, the mental of notables. Think of Biden, right? He's like almost 80, and he's like, looks like he's 50 something. Yeah. And Trump, he's what, 75, and it looks like he's, you know, he's a wild man. He's alive. It's going the other way. Isn't it true? The fastest growth rate of any age bracket is 100 and up. Yeah, it's the only rocket one. It's small, but it's the rocket one. So the 90s, with logic, 90s would be the second rocket, I guess. I can't proclaim logic compared to that Musk family. Holy cow. So I'm very grateful for her permitting, and his brother, the brother and the sister, they're very accomplished also. Is it 3 children or 4? I think 3. They're very achieved also. Yes, in fact, Elon and his brother formed a company and sold it, and then they formed one called PayPal. I guess he formed that, didn't he? And that's the one, and sold it and put everything into the Tesla thing, and it was losing money, hemorrhaging millions a week or something. He put every last bit into that, all his money. Yeah. He's trying to help get the world a little green. It's a balance. No, we can't cut off gasoline cars yet. Not everything's electric. No, it's a work it out, guys. You know, and other methods to cut down on the, you know, the pollutant, the emittance of pollutant hydrocarbons. Is that what they call it? The blanket that's up there that blocks the heat from leaving Earth and going up, it comes back down. Yeah, there are a lot of other things going on. Carbon recapture, they're recapturing that. Windmills, many different things that have been going on for a long time. I'm grateful to realize in seeing online this larger dashboard than just prior to that the mainstream media, who have also jumped online. I think competition creates that people achieve a little better. Does it not? Anyway, this is all about Maye Musk. I just wanted to thank you, Maye Musk, for making my day, decade life. And I don't know how many future lives, but I'm going to be there. And I have a gift for you. I have a gift for you, Maye Musk. I'm going to leave town before you open it, but because it's not to be about me, it's about you. And I have a gift, and I think you'll like it. In fact, Elon knows some people that I know, and they are related to the gift that I'll be giving you. I have a picture of him with one of my friends of many years, and and some others, I think, and anyway, but Mom, thank you for being you and for gifting to us. I'm speaking, I can only speak for me. No, I've seen others make comments. I think that told me about this person, so I'm not alone. I think half the planet. If half the planet knows of her and about her, that entire half has the same things to say that I do. I'd be willing to back that. And I'm going to back it with a gift. So, dear Maye, we the people, whatever, we're the Maye Musk fan club, unofficial, not representing her, of Palm Beach. People, we are on a location like some, as we've mentioned, they sit in the car and they'll talk. While driving, they talk to the cameras. Is that called a live stream or a podcast? Well, at least we're parked. We're parked so we can sit still and move around, and because we're not able to hold still. Anyway, and share things. So people, and now, let's see, for the news, I see they're attacking Biden for these secret flights in the middle of the night. Flying these horrible people, these Latins. Dirty Brown, is that what Tucker, come on, calls him Dirty Brown, really? And into some safe place, these refugees that came in the other country, and even some are even criminals, really? Did they test that? You know what I found out, people? It's online, bless online. The Latins across the border, two things to tell you. One, they have 1/14, 1/14 the crime rate of the white honky people nattering about them. 1/14 the crime rate of the others in the U.S. that they seek to join and work like slaves for 3 cents a year in the lettuce fields because they're treated, it's almost like a human trafficking thing where they're taken advantage of because they're not legals and they have no rights. Yeah. I know the families that hire them guys, okay? Yep. And they're big companies. Yep. Been to their houses for Christmas. Yep. In fact, they hold Palm Beach a holiday bazaar at this family's house. They moved it over to one of the clubs now. A fundraiser. We bring gifts so people can buy them and pay for them. We donate them, and then people will buy them and give money to the children, or we just donate money, right? A holiday bazaar for these children of these Latins that work in the lettuce fields. Yeah. These children's further educational fund. Well, since they're going to be orphans, because these Latins that are abused, they're working in the lettuce fields for 3 cents a year, or of the sugar cane field. Yeah. Jimmy Smits, M-I-T-T-S. Yeah, he was going to make a movie, a made-for-television movie. He's an award-winning actor, right? Jimmy Smits, remember? Is it India? I know. About this family. Wow, and they tried to block it. Why? To hear the glory of this family? Am I being sarcastic? That would be being kind, to be sarcastic. So these dirty brown people, I didn't know this, bless the dashboard, the internet. A woman said, oh, those ones crossing the border, they're escaping something that we created. Oh, gee, what would that be? Wow, gosh. In 1954, it was the first year of we, the U.S., and I'm from that, guys. I was in the military, in the Marines. Don't tell me. We invaded one of those Central American triangle shithole countries, or whatever, as Trump calls them, right? In 1954, because we didn't like the new democratically elected leader because he wouldn't be tough enough on communism. Well, hey, I'm all for tough on communism. Go get him. I am. So we went in and blew the place up, withdrew, created a vacuum. You know how that goes? This regime change, just for our, inventing a reason to go in there, right? Created a vacuum, and the cartels were born. Wow, I didn't know this. No. So this one, I'm big, I'm corny, I'm big into exercise. Gosh, you know, this women, they go for a walk at least with their little kids, right, for 1 or 2 or 3,000 miles, knowing they might die. Many do. They have no money, food, water, right? Because she was just raped and beaten, her husband killed, and the cartel's saying, hey, scum, you got a little taste of that? We're going to be back in a couple days to grab that little brat kid eaters. We're making the rounds. He's going to join us, you see? And if not, you'll be where your husband used to be, you know? Well, he won't be. He's dead. You'll be dead. Yeah. So that's why she escapes, legally entering our country. Yeah. Seeking asylum legally, not to mention, and by the way, we did several invasions since. So we are the main trading partner of the cartels. Yeah, we're their banker. We buy their drugs for flaky social use, and mainly for medicinal reasons, self-medicating for the difficulties of life. I understand that, right? Oh, another small detail. Crossing the border, those women with drugs, those little kids, oh, sure, they're criminal. You better listen to who's calling them criminal, guys, you know? I mean, how can you call those people criminal? Yeah. I didn't know this. Somebody else pointed this out. 85% of all the drugs coming in the U.S., the big ones, heroin, cocaine, and that kind of, are flown in from Puerto Rico to New York and Boston. Deal works for the airport workers. Old news, whatever. Yeah. And this coming across the border tunnels, that's kind of old, and whatever, maybe some still do it, but these women? Really? You're calling them criminals, the ones that Biden just rescued and had to do it in the middle of the night to get away from the people trying to kill him, right? Ours and theirs, trying to kill him. Yeah. I mean, they're legal, they come in and they just want a job picking lettuce. Yeah. They don't want this psychotic talk about, oh, they want 65 years of free everything. No, they work. Go out to the sugarcane fields in Belglade, Florida, and look at them. In the lettuce fields, and look at them. And in California, the lettuce fields. And in South Carolina, look at them. You're eating meals that they provided. The healthy portion of. Thank you. Well, no, sugar is healthy. You see? No, I know these families that own these slaves. Yes, I've been in their houses for charitable events and fundraisers and political gatherings. I know them. Yeah. So, are you after them because they're criminals? That's human trafficking. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Denying them their rights, having them in trailers. The guys working in trailers, packed in the heat, 8 months of the sauna that Florida is each year. Some die. Yeah. So the women are walking in, and you have our guys kicking in and squashing jugs of water left for them by humans. Humans leave jugs of water for them, our guys. And you're yanking the babies away from their mothers, torturing them, killing their souls to discourage the legal movement that they came in for. Could the ones doing this, maybe they leave to some country and be replaced by actual humans? Yeah. Wow. So there you go. Again, I didn't know they were escaping something we created, but you sure don't look criminal, like the recent article by this biased media thing, saying that they are coming in and invading and going to ruin these cities, really? And they're criminal. What? Who? We have a name? Can you? Huh? What? My goodness. Such lies about these people. Yeah. They're a small minority. Yeah. Yeah, what we really need to do is export some of our big blowgut dictator expert, crock-a-cock talk, our big bad boy talk about management and industry. Why don't we export some of that big blowgut expertise down to Mexico, yeah, and help them to kind of run their country a little better so they can feed their people better. That's what to do, because our big blowgut dictator business guys are actually very talented and bright guys who do a whole lot of good. Just putting you on there. Yeah, don't they? They make goods that we sure use, the cell phones and all the stuff, the computers and the tires and car parts, all that. Yeah, get down there. Send a mission down there to help. Yeah. Wow. Sure have a desperation to demonize a sweet little mother with her little children. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. They're sure evil, aren't they? Who are running for their lives? Why don't you go get the people that are making them run? Boga. Mm. Yeah. But again, our guys, they're not evil. They're just doing a wrong thing. Maybe they're right in so many ways in a lot of areas. Sure they are. Like the news guys on Fox, this Hannity and this Tucker. They do tons of right things. They're really neat people to talk English, not as opposed to a foreign language, but to communicate. Those guys you'd want as your neighbor. Should you be gone suddenly and the kids are their home alone? Oh, they'd be looking after your house. They don't know what religion or political party you're with. They're the guys, yeah. Yeah, they're for life versus not. They're for honesty, not crime. But they're making mistakes. We don't, but they do. You see? No, they're good people. Yeah. Tucker, in fact. Tucker Carlson did a brilliant thing. He went against his own warmongering, hawking, yikes, it's all bad Fox News guys, right? Tucker, he's a top guy in Fox, isn't he? He said, whoa, we told us in the last, he said, wait a minute. No, it's not Russia. This Russia-Ukraine, no, you got it wrong. It's the U.S. and NATO, the aggressors, forcing Russia to build up troops. Russia's not the who, we are, as Trump so pointed out. Yeah, as Tulsi Gabbard. You talk about a Miss America with the most beautiful heart and soul and IQ. Wow, she and Maye must meet and become friends. And Megyn Kelly, speaking of. They don't have to be beautiful looking like that. No. They're just neat people. Some have the look, some not. Katie Porter is one of the greatest people I think I've ever heard talk. Yeah, she's that congresswoman from California. Yeah. You know, looks like a librarian or something. You know, this little Harvard law grad. In fact, Elizabeth Warren was her Harvard law professor. Yeah. You got some great people there, guys. I think everybody in Washington on both sides are great people. But some do more, some less, some this or that, and some have more errors than others. These are not bad people. That's the good news. Some of the being isn't bad, never. There's nothing wrong with the being. Some of the things they do aren't so good. Okay, well, let's go fix it. Let's go fix it. Give them a better problem. Show them a better way. That's the secret sauce we talked about in one of the prior talks. Yeah. Yeah. So Tucker, wait a minute here. What integrity? He isn't owned or stuck or one way or bribed. No. He's paid by the station. He's a top guy. Hey, the station, the network, who owns it? Murdoch, Rupert. No, they allow him to talk. Man, not to give the other side to sell more time. No. Tucker's too upfront. Quite a guy. He's redeemed himself on some wrong things. He called these Latins dirty brown people. Really? The doctors are there to sew your head back together when you've had too much wine at a dinner party. As Johnny Carson so lightly told it, yeah, too much wine at a dinner party, had a DUI. You crack your skull open. Those are the Muslims and Latins, and right, and Protestants and Catholics and what do you call them? Latter-day Saint people, Mormons and Jews. Really? There's no religion or ethnicity involved. When they're there, you're broken, your head's cracked, and they're putting you back together. I call that pretty good stuff, you know? Yeah. And they were forgiving of you for what they said. They don't even have attention on that. They have attention on saving your skull there. Yeah, I'm grateful, yeah. I don't know what church they belong to. I know they're right here, right now, doing that good, right? And you're in a restaurant having a salad with your dinner from these dirty brown people. Tucker, he said again, he wait a minute here, and they're attacking him. What are you talking about? Yeah. Jeez. He said, no, it's not Russia. What are you talking about? We in NATO are the aggressor, thinking we need to be. And of course, it's easy to talk against Russia because they do such bad things anyway. As Trump said, you don't think we're so innocent. Each nation has had some era or period, or even currently doing some wrong, some more, some less, some this or that. Doesn't mean they're bad. Go fix it. Reagan and Gorbachev were the classic. Remember, you know, they made an agreement. No more nukes, short and mid-range. They didn't have long range then. I don't think we still have. That's it. No more. And on to have the other countries sign off. They're long enough. Trump picked it up. He got Kim Jong-un. Yeah, we're independent, guys. We don't know. We're here for you, as I think they are. He got Kim Jong-un in North Korea to agree to this no nukes thing. Yeah. Kim's quote was, yeah, we're a young country, we want a future. Yeah, they don't want nukes, they're just sort of maybe threatened to having them, see? Yeah. And they don't hate you because you threatened them. Yeah, Bill O'Reilly and Trump had that big interview before the Trump election in 2016. O'Reilly and Trump, Google it. O'Reilly says, Trump, you say Putin's a good guy, but Putin's a killer. And I quote, Google it, hey, lots of killers out there, comma, you don't think that we're so innocent, unquote. No, we, the good people, but have some wrongs. All right, we know that. It's all available. Both administrations, both sides, from the Kennedy era forward, you know them all. It's transparent, some more, some less, some this or that. None of it's good. You're right, wrongs are wrongs. Please, thank you. Yeah, I know. Forget me. All these guys care about you. Every single one of these people cares about you. Every single one. They make errors. Duh, you told me. I got a lot of my data from you. You know, and some they got to be responsible for. Some they don't know. They mean well. They're trying to survive. Some people treat others the way they were treated. We got that. Okay, good. So, you know, anyway, so Trump, he had good stuff. Reagan and Gorbachev, no more nukes, remember? And then Reagan had to say to Gorbachev, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Remember? The wall in East Berlin, Germany, separating East from West, right? First of all, no, Gorbachev, what did you say? Gorbachev was from where? Russia. Okay, Russia's over there. And this is Germany. What's Reagan telling a Russian to tear down a German wall for? I don't know. Here, it was divided. They tore the wall down. The people realized they didn't hate each other. They partied. They rocked. And Gorbachev became Gorbachev again. Super. His wife is Reza. Her name is Reza. Why do we know her name? Because they're hanging so much. Reza Gorbachev, this neat woman. Look at her. You saw it. That's it. You saw it. Right there. Yeah, like Nancy Reagan. Just an age. She and Maye Musk have some things in common. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Really. It's just. It's amazing. Yeah. And we have that. Tulsi Gabbard is that way. If I may say it, I would suggest you check her out. Tulsi Gabbard, the congresswoman from Hawaii. She was in the military. Served 2 terms in Iraq, more than I did as a Marine. I didn't go there. Yeah, and she saw that it was wrong. She didn't insult and degrade and all that nasty talk. Let's do a better thing. That's the secret. Put them on a better thing, pulling their attention off from the thing that isn't so correct. Borrow that, we told you, from this guy. Where is he? Right here, Hubbard. We're the borrowers. We're the appreciators. Yeah. We began with Maye Musk, if I may say, and to say at least humbly, we're not making representations of any of these people. No, we're making grateful statements and suggesting take a look is thank you, some of you, that I would, and I did, and I'm just blown out. I'm blown out. Things are getting better. Yeah. Now the word is, where Trump had his Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, a bright Yale guy. I kind of liked the talent of his speak the first time I heard him speak, but he's been kind of the tough sort of a threatening voice representing Biden in the U.S., right? Well, actually, maybe that was a gradient he felt he needed to do to get Russia to behave. They do wrong things over there, no kidding. But no, don't use that then to pack on lies. It turns out there's not going to be a war. There's not going to be a war. That's the latest. No. Not because Russia controls close to half, 40% of the oil for Europe? And for the U.S., our friends, the U.S. allies in Europe, to join the U.S. and NATO to attack Russia, well, then there'd be no oil. That isn't why. That's not the reason. No, Russia isn't blackmailing, but you'll frame it to look like that. Yeah, no. They don't want nukes. No, nobody wants to die. People want to live. They want all of you to live. See? We're getting better. I'm so pleased that the media allowed us. Again, the internet's a big equalizer. We're stuck with the responsibility of wearing the hat of how to navigate. I got that, and mainstream media jumped onto the internet. Okay, good. There's a little bit of a level playing field. Wow, the internet. What a dashboard. That fancy word, all those things up there, right? Yeah, telling you, you guys have it made. So the point is, just in the last couple of days, things have eked through. I know we were away from Maye Musk for a while, and I miss her. I'm never going to miss her. Life after life after life, I will always know the greatness of her. Always. I will always support her and people like that, like Tulsi Gabbard and Katie Porter and yeah, and some others. Rest her soul, Nancy Reagan. I'm sure she's back with another body for those that believe that, which is the reality of all of us, I guess. When people die, they don't die, they have a new body. You can unpack all that, guys. Find out things that you already knew, yeah, and be big again. You can't become big, you already are. But race of Gorbachev and Mike Gorbachev. Mikhail is Michael, Mike, yep. Wow, he and Reagan became buds, hanging, what's up, pull a cork, Yeah, empty a cup of mud. That's coffee in the Marine Corps, right? Empty a cup, yeah. Pull a cork, a wine, a beer in the pub there. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Jeez. Yeah, that's Gorbachev. Yeah, he got they were super happy. And perestroika, isn't that the term? He got Gorbachev. Gorbachev saw the light and dismantled the gathering of Soviet countries. Russia became a gathering, a union of other countries captured, right? The Soviet Union. He inspired Gorbachev to undo that. Perestroika, and what was the other word they have for an independence and returning to rights and then booming the economy? There's another word that went with it. Forgive me, I'm certainly the historical scholar here. I'm sure it's something a glass of water will fix. Anyway, guys, hopping around, I know it, but it's really all the same theme. It's all the same thing. I so proclaim or exclaim, it's you. All these guys, Democrats, they're euocrats. Republicans, they're euocans. Yeah. They're for you. Reagan, this neat guy, the gold standard, come on. He was a moderate Democrat from a small town in Illinois. Sound familiar? Then he became a moderate Republican. What's the diff? I like when you can't tell. Tulsi Gabbard ran on the ticket of the Democrats. She had the guts to stand up and speak about some things she didn't like in the debates, and then she gently withdrew from them, and she became an independent. Yeah, she's independent. I like that. So Gorbachev, my God, he just dismantled perestroika. What's the other word? Glasnost. Glasnost and perestroika. Look the two up. They sort of relate, and they're the bringing back the rights of all people. Now, Ukraine wants to be independent, and Russia doesn't want them. So, all right, it looks like they're trying to do a gathering, a regime change. Hey, a wrong is a wrong. You're right. Well, there are ways too, and Reagan did it with Gorby. And Biden is meeting with what's his name? Putin. Vladimir Putin. Right. I met someone, I've gotten to know her very well. She was a Putin prosecutor. Oh my goodness, right? She's seen both front door and back door justice. It isn't so good, Over there, they just get fed up. No, not the bad guys hurting good guys. They get so fed up with being denied justice, right? In the past, it's before Gorby came along, or before Putin. And they just won't take it anymore. Instead of the mob pulling the guy's arm off, no, the good guys just go and grab someone and say, hey, you, right out in public, yank the arm off and throw it on the ground, say, there's your justice. Don't worry that we just ruined our last witness. No, you're all dispensable, you wrongdoers. You see? And now I see that the globe is, and that, no, I'm not into that, but the point is this, they were pushed that far. Over here, I like this article by Hubbard called Riots. Wow. What an article written in 1969, 10 years after Kennedy was elected, kind of modern times. Riots, a one-page deal. Riots. It's in here. Yeah. Look at this book. Freedom Fighter, articles and essays by Hubbard. Oh, well, what's this? My goodness. Let's see if I can find it in here. I'll bet you there's an article in here called Riots, yeah? Some stuff about psychiatry. Sorry, I didn't have this planned, but it mentioned that, yeah. Anyway, what it says is, riots. All this burning and looting and all that, right? He says, riots are not necessarily caused by economic deprivation, which in this case, there was some, right? No, they're caused by injustice. Yeah. I'm looking through the page here. Hang on, guys. They're caused by injustices. Oh, my goodness sakes. Injustices. Yeah. That's real interesting. Sure. We looted and burned their lives for decade after decade after decade. Not to justify the new looting and burning. Now, no. But help the guys. Here it is. Riots. Look at this. I knew it would be there. See it? Riots by Elon Hubbard. Wow, it doesn't say much. It's only a page. Ready? Riots are not always caused by economic deprivation. The bulk of American riots are caused by injustice. You need this right now. Okay? Get a copy. Only the wealthy can afford justice. It may say there must be justice in the Constitution, but it can only be obtained by the upper courts. It's a lot of money. Okay, the little fellow doesn't have the $100,000. That's what it costs to take a case up to fight the unjust actions of those in power. See? Until there's justice for the little people, not just for the rich, there will be riots. Okay? Yeah. Doesn't make the riots right. No. We made them riot, you see. And these riots can easily swell into complete raw red revolution, like 1779. A revolution in the U.S., a civil war, right? Okay, a black person can be innocently, watch this, standing on a street corner, can be grabbed, okay, beaten, thrown in jail, and worked at hard labor, all on some imaginary charge, okay? It may say it can't be done in the law books, but where's his $100,000 to take it high enough for that action to pay all the lawyers? Yeah, that's what it costs. Okay? He says, I've seen a Filipino professor, university professor, hauled in for nothing, his jaw broken, held without bail, all because he was Filipino in a white U.S. community. Port Orchard, Washington. Okay. Yeah. Does that mean Port Orchard is bad? No, he didn't say that. He said this was wrong. Okay. I've seen jails full of men who could not even say what the actual charge against them was. But they work like dogs every day as convict labor. As a minister, going amongst the people, he's witnessed enough injustice here to overturn a state. That's a nation. Only waiting for a spark to ignite the suppressed, they held down the suppressed wrath into revolution. Yeah. George Floyd was an example. It finally sparked things. There were a lot of George Floyds just before that, same time, and even since. Yeah. But the court of public opinion, the global looking at that with their dash cameras, oh boy, no wiggle room there, huh? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're almost done. Until justice applies to all, until a person is really assumed innocent, until proven guilty, until it no longer costs a tenth of a million, 100,000, come on, to get to an upper court, the government is at risk. You see? You guys are doing a lot of this stuff to get things going. You see? He wrote this back then. Things are better now. I'm going to show you how they are better, and they're going to get totally done. A little promise tone in there, okay? You'll see. All right. Don't you promise and get things done? I'm using a lot of you guys as an example I'm going to live up to. Okay. They may be very big. Their sweat may have no odor, the government, okay? Their arrogance may put them above all others, but the leaders of a nation who, for one instance, tolerate injustice to the poorest citizens. Ready for this? Right? Today, okay, should have their heads ready for the basket. Another 1789 is boiling up. Did I give you the right date before? Yeah. Another 1789 is boiling up, only waiting for one big spark to flash across the Western world. He wrote this back then. Okay? Injustice is not something in which any man with power should ever trade in. Okay? It is not just a sin, it is suicide. Yeah. You know what I didn't know? Everything he wrote. Suicide. You think, yeah, that makes sense. No, I didn't know. Even the Scientologist, like me, I didn't really know what that meant. Yeah, it made sense. No. The discovery. This guy Hubbard. What? This guy Hubbard. Gosh. This guy here. See? L. Ron Hubbard. These are the lectures called State of Man. Really neat. This guy Hubbard, again, why would someone else have to discover something about you and me? And what do you call, I don't know, an overnight success? We always tell you, a flash in the pan, right? Yeah, he definitely was. Is that what he was? It had, how many years did it take? It had a 3 in front of it, 33 or 38 years for the main section. Then later it totaled a little over half century of work out of his pocket for you. The desperation to demonize this guy. He discovered, he reminded us that we've been alluding to this, Maye Musk, you don't need it with, nor Tulsi or these people, that all beings are basically good, originally, basic, before anything. How can you be bad before you decided to be? Well, some say they're born in sin. Well, I feel guilty about something you haven't done, right? And because they're basically good originally, well, then they still are underneath. So anything's done. Here it is. Anything you do, you're not what you do. Do something good, get credit, you see? Not good, fix it best you can, right? But are you what you do? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Huh? You make shoes, are you the shoes? Even a good bunch of shoes. No. You see? You can get rid of it, guys. Yeah. All he has, this guy developed something, this Scientology guy. All it does is enable you to find out things that you already know. They don't know. I don't know how your day went today. How do I know how your day went today? I don't know how your day went. No. Only you know, and you do know. And some things you need to get rid of. Okay? Yeah? And it's only called a religion because of the oldest and truest definition, going way back, and that it addresses you as a spirit, a soul, or being. Okay? It doesn't introduce any new beliefs, nor cancel any. Goodness. It's actually a philosophy, which means pursuit of knowledge. It's an applied philosophy because it has a technology, a counseling. And it's applied religious philosophy because it addresses you as a being, right? What's the definition of the darn thing? Scientology. Scio, S-C-I-O. Look it up. I mean, it's like science. It means knowing in the fullest sense. Not believe just about halfway, nearly, or almost. No. Knowing. Beliefs are okay. Maybe they're working toward fully knowing. But would you rather believe somebody wired 100,000 to your bank account, or know it's there and went to the ATM and thought, wow, there's 100,000. You see? Yeah. Or 10,000. Or 1,000. Gosh. Or 1,000,000. Yeah. So, Scio, S-C-I-O, means knowing in the fullest sense. Ology, study of knowingness, knowing how to know things, not being told or asked to believe. Beliefs are great. Every church you can name, and people from every one of those that are doing this Scientology stuff, they all mean well. All they do is help people. They may not have this thing. No. Buddha is a guy long ago, a soundbite Buddha. Gautama Siddhartha was his name, you see? Did something for the common guy. The common guy, yeah. He enabled the common guy, you've heard about this stuff, to be outside his body a few feet away looking at it. What? Holy cow. What? I'm not that. I'm not a thing. I can't die. That is a big thing to become, right? No, you can't become that. It just showed that's what you already were. But Buddha didn't have a way back then to unpeel life's layers like the Hubbard guy developed now. So people would snap back into the layers that were holding them in. The only difference is this guy Hubbard. And again, I'm just a customer, guys. I've only had a little bit of this stuff, and it is amazing. It's negative gain. You get rid of stuff that ain't you. You know, if you get a knife stuck in the leg, right? You pull the knife out, right? Duh. But it might be interesting to find out why that happened. Your why, your reason. Nobody knows but you, and there is a why, and it won't happen again when you find the why. There's the type of knives that aren't physical. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's what Hubbard developed, and Buddha tried. And again, in India, if we're a tourist, we can go over there, and the common people in India, no, they're not magicians, they're just common people. They do this, they do that. And they can look at a piece of rope, they're on the roadside, we as tourists see this, go see it. They can look at a rope and intend, and the rope goes up 1 or 2 feet, okay? Yeah. Well, they didn't use the physical thing of body to move a physical thing of rope. But we forget, we do that over here, and in our own way. If we're not a physical thing, a being, you see, yet we cause the physical in a body to get in the car and go to the store. You might think, what do you mean bodies and brains, they do that? You know, they do it pretty well, yeah, until you don't go to the store for a couple of weeks. No food, no water. See how that's doing. And as we said, when people die, they don't die. They grab another body, and the complete heart and soul, back to that, of the Palm Beach chapter, unofficial, of the Maye Musk fan club, devotes its heart and soul with the pray to God she carries on and she's here for eons. And Tulsi Gabbard and what's her name? Megyn Kelly. Not because they're so beautiful looks, which they are. No, no, no. That isn't the whole thing. Nah. Look at Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady. Reagan called her the Iron Lady, the Prime Minister at 10 Downing Street, right? I remember gabbing with her once, maybe a couple times. You know, she wasn't the looker type, if you will, that the ones I've named are, but boy, she was something. I don't agree fully with some of her policies, but she was quite a lady. We know her, of the notables, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Bette Midler, doesn't she have the most beautiful twinkle in her eye? And she sings a song telling you where she's at. It was called From a Distance, right? This is about people helping, about notables, okay? Okay, Bette Midler sang a song From a Distance. We always talk about this. And in there it says, from a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. And not about the bombs and stuff that we can't comprehend, and God is watching us from a distance. I always bother you with this. Same thing, and I always will. I have been, am, and I will continue. I asked you a two-part question. What kind of a person, this Bette Midler, would know about that? And secondly, what kind of a person would care to tell you and put it in a song? This golden thing from God, this Jewish goddess, most beautiful heart and soul. See, now I'm naming others, you see. I've been doing that one for a long time. I have been, I am, and I shall continue. That's an oxymoron to call a Jew a golden soul. Isn't that what a Jew is? I'm big on that. They're a tiny minority. We try to kind of stick up for them and help them out of their mess that they kind of get stuck in. Well, the Muslims do too. Trump is kind of tough on those. And the Latins, so we're all over the map on that with good intentions, you know. So anyway, so Bette Midler, the twinkle in her eye and the voice, whoa. You want to hear the most beautiful and intended. There's Google this. Google Meryl Streep, Bette Midler, and Olivia Newton-John sing Wonderful World. Louis Armstrong's song Wonderful World. Bette opens and closes. Listen 2 or 3 times to the intention behind her, to have a voice so good and to do it that way. Yeah. Whitney Houston just saw that piece where she does a Star Spangled Banner at the start of it. Was a Super Bowl game, right? Some big game, right? The first syllable of the first word. Is it because she has a beautiful voice? No. A big voice? No. It's the intention and the magnitude of that person that makes her the best. Well, Bette Midler has a little of that too, and some others. I'm big on vocals. So back to you guys. This Hubbard guy, there's a desperation to demonize him because he investigated psychiatry for the drugging and shock treatments and all that. Okay. So they, along with Big Pharma, are desperate to demonize, and they hire people and pay them to say bad things and all this stuff. Oh, really? Oh, please. Please, please, please. Really? Yeah. Tell you what, there's close to 8 billion people on the planet with 7.7, right? And a small percent, only a small percent are utilizing this Scientologist stuff, right? Yeah. Small percent. That's a few million or several million. I don't know how many. It's millions, yeah. Why aren't they protesting in the streets? No, you don't get into it. Somebody said to me, oh, you're into Scientology? No, you can't get into it. It gets you out of things that you didn't know you're into if you want to, with a how-to and the can-do. I made that up. My friend said to hang on to the day job and hold the entertainment. I don't have a day job. So, guys, this Hubbard guy, this guy here, yeah, he worked very hard. Yeah. Lieutenant Commander in the Navy. No, he was a lieutenant in the Navy. His dad was Lieutenant Commander Harry Ross Hubbard in Teddy Roosevelt's Great White Fleet. Yeah. Hubbard was a writer, not science fiction. No, look what he wrote. Back in the golden era of pulp fiction, action, romance, adventure. He used different names like L. Ron Hubbard, Rene Lafayette. Hey, guess what? Remington, Winchester, Colt. It's also serious, guys. You got paid penny a minute. Worked like a DOG dog, spelled backwards as God. Worked like a dog. He was big, and all that money he donated, was it 13 to 16 million in dollars back then, to do the research on cultures and civilizations, yeah. Later on in the career, toward the end, the science fiction guys came to him and said, hey, yo, Ron, sup, dog? You know, Would you maybe write a little and humanize science fiction a little? Okay. Get the story straight. Now, by the way, science fiction, ugh, I didn't know what that was. My next door neighbor, a real affluent neighborhood, high IQ guy, vice president of our class in this really neat prep school. He's second floor, holding this science fiction book out the window showing that. I thought, what's that crap? I didn't know the definition. Ready for this? I didn't know it. Hubbard, to celebrate science fiction in 1980 or so, it came out with a book, the longest one, 1,000 pages, called Battlefield Earth. Story of what things will be like 10,000 years from now if we don't settle things down, which we are. It's all getting better. Science fiction, he uses 100 pages of the 1,000 pages to introduce the darn thing. And there's, what's science fiction? I didn't know this. Thank you. I had it. This is science fiction crap. I want to hear fiction, science, crap. No. It's not taking a thing like an egg beater and making a fictional version of an egg beater. No, it's before there was an egg beater. It's a plea. Would you make an egg beater? Thank you very much. I didn't know that. Imagine that. Yeah. Before going to the moon, it was a suggestion. And one of the reasons Hubbard said going to the moon was pretty smart. People are looking up there and it takes their attention off from this. He's done his homework, guys. I just insulted him by telling you he's done his homework. I can't wait to hear what you say when you go stick your nose into it. And you know what? The doggone stuff is free online. A great bunch of it. You don't think it is? Yeah, it is. It's free online. Free courses. Let's look one up here. Here it is. Scientology courses online. What does that say? See? Yeah. Free. They got this counseling. You can go into one of the centers and pay for this counseling. You only got to do it once. Once this stuff is gone, it's gone, right? Why? They'd rather have you take a class, counsel a friend. The friend counsels you when it's free. And the class is free. A live person to walk you through it, but done very standardly. At home, you can do it standardly. You guys can do that for each other. Counsel free at the lower levels. Then you can do the middle levels. You have to go in and buy a course. Do that. Very standardly trained. Like buying a college course. Take a course. I don't know what the thing costs. I know what it costs. Do it. You can counsel each other free. Standardly done. Oh, yeah. They don't want to sell you the counseling. I don't think they have enough counselors. Go check it out. And then the upper level stuff, you'd have to pay for it by the hour. Oh, you'll want to? No, I didn't say they'll tell you. You'll want to. No, I said you'll want to. Guarantee you this. You have just a dabble of this stuff. A little bit of this. Get rid of a little bit of stuff. You will be on the floor in pain laughing. Yeah, guarantee you. It's the only thing I can do to evaluate. We don't evaluate because no one knows how your day went. Nobody knows. You, but you. Okay, so people, I want to tell you something. Did we get a little carried away? No, none of this was being carried away. Not at all. That's actually the opposite of the truth. Things will be getting better. Again, I want to say it. I just saw a little peek of the news to eke through it because I'm a news junkie. No, I'm a desperate and grateful for any things that others will handle rather than us, right? Oh, there's some progress. Biden and his guy, Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State, was a talented Yale guy. I liked his first time I heard him speak. I liked his talent. It's a little rough over there, but it was his way, front lines, to maybe get Russia to speak up. And Russia said they just want in writing, that we will kind of get back to, like the Iran deal. Obama and these other people had this Iran agreement, this denuclearization agreement with Iran. Trump came in and blew it all up, and then made them get on their knees and beg, see? Biden just wants to get that back going again. Some of his own guys kind of don't. Well, it's a game, and who are they? He, Obama, Trump, Biden, it's they and their guys, right? But not us. Well, you know who they are? They're us that went over there and said, I'll go to work. I spent a lot of time doing this, guys, a lot of time doing this, a lot of time. You can go into D.C. or anywhere locally, in the mayor thing, the governor's thing. You can be a volunteer, get on a committee, be paid staff, run for office. Welcome. It's called work. People look at your jobs. The jobs you have, post-duty role, professional, whatever, and they say, wow, geez. The ones that don't have that, they say, wow, whatever your job is, engineer or something, right? You say, what do you mean? And you have both the ability and the right to say that they could do it if they want to. You can size them up and say, hey, you can do it, work, do it. So the good news is the nation. How do you handle a nation? Wow, you don't. You handle each individual getting rid of his or her layers of life. Oh, certain roles, job, duty, post, hat, those things have to be worn in operating the nation until this. Well, voting, a nation is a whole bunch of guys who just each have a vote. Oh, that's a big deal. Well, each person, and I've had just a little, I'd like to tell you more about, no, a little. Each person getting her own layers of life gone, returning back. No, you can't become anything. That's all crap. No, you already are. You get you back. Ooh, he said something. By the way, if this sounds good, and if it is good, is it bad? He said, you know what? In all the things Hubbard wrote, his discoveries, he says, don't believe it. Check it out. What's that? He says, among other things, you'll find this out. Quote, you are a giant who's allowed yourself to be tied down with cotton lint. Ooh! Agreed where to lie, how to tie the knots, and supply the ropes. And the only difficulty you'll have in one of these counseling sessions to get rid of those ropes is your concern for others. What, that you're bad? No, he said you're a giant. Like the elephant with a newborn. She has to be careful where she steps, you see. You don't get big. No, you can't get big. You already are. It's too much. It's a big gulp. No, don't try it. You can't. Anyway, do a little bit. The rediscovery, because the catch is, there's always a catch. Oh, here it is up front. There's a catch. There is. You got to recognize it. You've been lied to and played around with for some time, being told that you have a spirit, a soul. Being told that you have a soul. That's the biggest lie in the world. You've heard that, right? You're told you have a soul. No, you do not have a soul. You have to face it. No, you are the soul. You have a body, but you are the spirit. See? We've been stuck in it for a long time, guys. Okay. Buddha got his guys to step out. You've heard it's happened with some of you. It never happened for me. I was jealous. And it's thinking about past lives. Geez, never real to me. Well, I thought about it a little, but boy, I was jealous. Now I found out. So thanks to Heather, kind of an attractive thing, a bit like Maye Musk. Heather, a guy at Harvard told the girl told me it wasn't part of it, it was told on campus. Yep, this Scientology thing. Yep. So check it out, guys. And again, may we loop back to the hello part here, the dear sir before the yours truly. And, Maye Musk is today's inspiration. No, this has been going on for a while. And look at her son, Elon, and his brother. Quite a thing. They together began their first three companies. Oh yeah, his brother's just a very able guy. But Elon Musk is an interesting guy, and he named the car Tesla, right? You heard of Tesla, Nick Tesla? Ooh, this inventor from way back. Remember they asked Al Einstein, Al, my dog, my man, what's up? They asked Al Einstein, Al, well, how does it feel to be the smartest man in the world? He says, why don't you ask Nick Tesla? Al Einstein said that. And so Elon Musk names his car after Tesla. Is Elon aware that it was Tesla? Oh, don't tell him I said. And not telling you or not aware, it doesn't matter. Elon Musk is way up there, guys. If some of these guys have had an IQ 120, 30, 154, it's kind of nice. I think Netanyahu's 186, but you gotta behave, Netanyahu, behave. Be you. Don't be this junk, be you. So 154 IQ, they say Musk might be like that. No, he's about 3 and a quarter, I would think, as it compared. I might be downselling that one a little bit, yeah. He's so there. He's so good. Yep. He's just so good. He's trying to do his best. He didn't have any of this stuff yet. I think he will. Some of the stuff to unpeel the life's layers, because all have them. But some arrive this time with this body without. Some haven't lost fully. Some that others might have had. That's all. Anyway, we're going to let you go now, people. This is the 28th of January.